Here with us is Terry Dwayne Ashford, the son of Wilma, who is coming in here with you in a few short moments to give you his comments on the killing of his mother named Wilma, the same as he did in commenting on the racism claim of Coco Gauff versus Arnia Sabalenka. Terry Dwayne Ashley's response: although as the son of Wilma who was slain, killed and assassinated intentionally in a homicide, his comments is to explain what he feels should have been done, the same as he did as Coco Gauff and Anna Sabalenka, and in addition to that he expresses clearly that he goes against that and that the sisters and the family members should assault authorities. He also expresses facts of the law, the legal terms, and what Wilma was supposed to have violated them. The real crime here is that Wilma is a black American woman and was a black American woman, and the American people in a mafia scheme had altogether aimed to take Wilma Ashford's properties and to make up a lie falsification, the justification about it, and none of them proved true or valid. The next voice you're going to hear is that of Terry Dwayne Ash, with the son of Wilma himself explaining what he learned happened, how he responded, and what should have happened that would have avoided jail time for life in murder cases, homicide, along with great individuals.
By the same token of making professional comments on the Coco Gauff assertion claim against Arnia Sabalenka, I would feel to be doing a disservice to my own mother to not make comments point blank, blatantly regarding what the new findings that I have achieved have come about. I believe my sisters, if they thought my mother was doing something wrong to my father, I think they also should have gone to officials, because we're talking about the lack of education, the illiteracy, mixed with the malice that they were supposed to use in order to kill our mother and to steal the properties that belong to the mother. We want to also make a notation that the family members appeared to have abused Wilma, my mother, of my mother's inheritance and properties while Terry Dwayne Ashford was away. We also want to make a quick notation for you that the same gang tried to give or bypass Wilma, my mother, for the properties of her inheritance, and was to give those properties to Catherine. We believe that was because Catherine was darker than my mom, and we believe it's because my great-grandmother, Modena, may have wanted Wilma to be married to Sammy, for a reason that appeared to have been religious and spiritual. By those same tokens, women in America has rights to divorce when they want to, when they have reason to. And that divorce went through proper proceedings. Sam, her ex-husband, had rights also, and he tried to execute and exercise those rights by denying Wilma a divorce. And guess what happened? Wilma went ahead and got married anyway and had her kids. When Sam did not want Wilma to live on the properties that she owned, he tried to keep her from getting a divorce. It wasn't until after I, Terry Dwayne Ashford, was born that Sammy Johnson, that was posing to steal the properties through the blacks and Modena, it wasn't until I was born, all of Mom's children by Dave was born, when the courts, same courts that went after Mom and helped them to kill him, when the courts gave Wilma the divorce from Sammy. Wilma by then was already with David Ashford, married, and guess what? And had all the kids. Now, when David realized that Wilma was not making him the heir of the properties, that is when David conspired with the family members and the daughters and the sons of both Sammy and himself, except for her heir, which they all must have found out about. And that's when David sided with Sammy to kill Wilma. And it appeared they had the courts behind them to do it. That means the white people of the entire area, and thus of the entire nation, that killed Wilma, trying to take a woman's, or they did take a woman's rights from her. And as you saw, they tried to oppress Wilma from the use and the money of her own properties on the basis that the man who married Wilma on a matchmaking scheme, the exact that this honky was trying with Terry Dwayne Ashford. Yeah, honky and niggers. Yeah. The exact matchmaking that match made Mom, Wilma, to an ugly man that was abusing her, divorced him. Same matchmaking scheme. It's the reason why Sammy thought he did not have to leave and accept the divorce that Wilma wanted. Wilma was a prime citizen of America. She's a woman. He tried to take away the rights using Africa, who defied women their rights overseas. They tried to apply international laws to a black American woman because she was black to take her properties. Those are my thoughts on that. I would have felt very, very inappropriate to have commented on the comments on racism with Coco Gauff and Anna Sabalenka without giving my mother the due comments, truth comments for me. Wilma Greenwood Johnson Ashford is an American citizen with all the due rights of the American citizen, even as a woman and as a black. So they got Africa to try to abuse Wilma. And then it was Africa that tried to take Wilma's son, Wade, through the honkies that killed an innocent woman based on her own rights. And those rights are: a black woman in America, whether she's black or white, a woman has the right to divorce a man, regardless of that man working scheme beforehand, trying to take the properties and the inheritance of a woman. First one right there. Second one right there. Not only did she have the right to divorce him, she also had the right to assign her own last will and testament to whomever she wanted to assign it to. That's a right of a woman, of a citizen, of American, regardless of what Juju Africa thinks, regardless of what the man butt fucker thinks. Those are laws. Wilma also had the right, this is number 3, she had the right to take care of her child, me, until I got of age to make decisions on my own. Those are rights that Wilma, a black woman, have in America that the hunky tried to take from her because they wanted me. Hunky, got it? Nigger, got it? Juju, do you have it? You tried to take my mother's rights. Let me tell you what else you did. Hunky, right goddamn here in America. You defied my mother the right to use the finances from her properties to live her beautiful life. You white honky. You dumb little nigger lover. And you goddamn poor ass Juju. That's what you did. Tell me you didn't. These are all rights that belong to Wilma Greenwood Johnson Ashford as an innocent woman. Let me tell you what else you did, honky! We want to be straight up. The church, Hopewell Missionary Baptist Church there, belonged to Wilma, through Modena, through Minerva, as the church of that plantation that they own. Guess what? The honky! Guess what you did? Every time, just like you tried to do with Terry Dwayne Ashford. Every time Terry Dwayne Ashford and Wilma try to appease this honky faggot, they go and they backstab. So Wilma didn't have to give a vote on the church to assign a new pastor. where Clyde Williams was selected to hold on to the church as a placeholder until Terry Dwayne Ashford got old enough to pastor that church. Under the pressure, Wilma decided to give a vote to satisfy the honky. And that's when the honky developed a gang right there for church members. Right there, Miss Jamela Hickenbottom running through the whole area lobbying against Wilma as the owner of that church. And guess what they did? All of them together, hey Patricia Boyd, all them niggers down there and haters of Wilma. Patricia Boyd tried to take Wilma's son, me, in a Christmas Carol with the fucking what they were doing there for Christmas. Patricia was all up in my face trying to be connected to Wilma's son. Same thing with Jamila. And they all voted against Wilma's pick. Clyde Williams, who was supposed to hold on to the church as the placeholder. He was going to be the pastor of the church until Terry Dwayne Ashford grew up. You know how old I was then? Patricia! The fucking horse. Do you know how old I was? Guess what they all did? Voted against Wilma. When Wilma didn't even have to give a goddamn vote on the church. She was the fucking owner. That was Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, you military, you camouflage. You're a bunch of criminalized whores of America. United Snakes of America. I'm Terry Ashford reporting for you. Those are my comments there. And when you all got together, tried to get Carolyn, my sisters, to support Dave, since Wilma, just like me, Wayne, is saying, why on earth would I get with a matchmaking situation coming to America hoe that's going to kill me in the end like they tried to kill Wilma? For who? For the honky. Why on earth would I trust that? Honky? Goddamn mirror? Huh? Wilma went ahead and tried to appease this little honky shit with Juju's of fucking Africa. And that's when Dave realized that Wilma didn't trust him to be her heir either. And that is when Dave assigned all of Wilma's children, except for the heir that didn't even know I was an heir. I didn't even know. He assigned all his children to help him kill Wilma, to take the properties from Wilma. But let me tell you what made the biggest determination of all. The high fives given by the daughters for killing Wilma. The laughter by the daughters that came to us when we were in, let's just say when they came to us, asking us, you thought you was better than us, huh? You thought you was better than us. Hey, Nita, chicken goddamn cherries. Hey, Joyce, you thought you was better than us. Mom in the hospital at the DeSoto Center. You sat there in front of Wayne because you didn't think Wayne, your little brother, could do anything about it. I put your motherfucking ass in your graves and in your jail cells. And I did that for your honky, who had given you so much confidence in gains that you was going to kill by goddamn any means necessary. I'm Terry Ashford here reporting it for you. These are my comments here. They killed her. They knew what they was doing wrong. They were going to play the game. They were going to pretend like they didn't know. Only if they got caught. They was going to come up with the alibis and the contingencies to save their lives. And the little white honky couldn't do it for you. And I killed these motherfuckers with all of my heart. And I'm proud of it. What else happened about that here? And here you have the little honky. They're going to keep all of that from me and try to force me with the honky. This motherfucking honky faggot homo honky faggot gonna tell me you gonna make me get me one of them so that one of them could kill me. And guess what the little honky was gonna do? Put me with a bigger one. Somebody big enough and give them ammunition when I didn't know it to do it. That's what you planned, honky, and that's what I squashed for your ass right in your fucking face. That's what I did for you, nigger. I squashed it right in your face. That's why I chose the benches, the bleachers. That's why I chose to fight. And now I'm going to give you an analysis on it all. Without telling me, Wilma had planned to do exactly what I am doing right now. Because she knew that the honky couldn't beat her. She knew what rights she had, and she knew she had the right to divorce a fucking nigger. Yes, she did. She knew she had that right to divorce a goddamn nigger, regardless how poor that nigger was that wanted the properties. Wilma knew that. That's why she gave the children the education, so that they would know that too. Let me tell you what else Wilma knew. Wilma knew when she signed when she was doing the last will and testament, that she had the right as the mother to take care of her child, who was me, until I got of age. She already knew that. These are rights that she owned. These are goddamn rights of Wilma. Wilma knew that, and then she also knew as well that she was the owner of the fucking properties whom she could give to whoever she wanted to in her last will and testament. She knew that. The honky then went to Dave, said, we're going to set her up. We're going to let her sign Wayne Ashford, Terry Dwayne Ashford, that's me talking to you, as the heir. And then they're going to kill her all together and take Terry Dwayne Ashford for the Dave clan. And take all the properties without Terry Dwayne Ashford knowing anything at all about the properties. Let me tell you what I know about the properties that June already told me. That the properties was one of the major pieces of the whole plantation. As Dave was sent up from where, Mississippi, from another tribe of Indians, the tribe of Indians that did all the liquor and smoking and whatever. There's an area here in Washington, D.C. that reminds everyone of that area down in Ware, Mississippi, where my father came from, were the Indians down there. And my father was one of the major Indian groups down there. They drink and do all that stuff that Wilma up here as an Indian didn't do. But the government of Mississippi brought Dave up north to get with Wilma in order to maintain the purity of Indians. So Wilma is an Indian up north that was given Dave and Indian down south, two different classes of Indians. The Indians down south where Dave was lived like they drank and smoked and partied just like the Biddingwell and 8th Street location right there. But I get along with fine. While the same set of Indians of Mississippi up north were the plantation owners. There was Medina, Dad Les, and the others. Medina was black, by the way. She was very, very black. She was dark-skinned. But she married Indian, Les Newsom. Les Newsom, Indian, and then Agnes, Grant's pregnancy was to an Indian of that same blood. So Wilma was almost pure Indian. Wilma pure Indian mapped to Dave that may have been pure Indian down there, brought up to marry each other to keep the purities of Indians. You don't think they knew that when the government came to me and was supposed to make a way to sneak me up in Washington, D.C., where there you have the Washington Redskins? So now I know. Keeping secrets, withholding information. All of it was planned, and they planned to steal the plantation properties from Wilma. Yeah, up north of Mississippi, using down south of Mississippi druggies and drunks of the Indians, Dave, that can be confirmed by the Davises, neighborhood Davises. I'm Terry Ashford reporting it for you. My comments is, first of all, the sisters and the brothers were wrong saying that Wilma was doing anything wrong today when Wilma was exercising her rights in 3 situations. Taking care of me, Terry Dwayne Ashford, until I got of age. That's Wilma's, the mother's right. You can't take a woman's child away from her because she's black. Hunky. You did, and you killed her for it, and you tried to take the properties. Hunky. Goddamn nigger. That's what you tried to do. But Terry Dwayne Ashford is bringing it for you. We're gonna destroy your shit for you, bitch. If you don't get your shit right, and you owe Wilma's estate through me, we're gonna destroy your motherfucking shit for you, honky. You're gonna pay me for killing my fucking family. You honky. You goddamn black poor ass niggers. That's what you're gonna do. For Street Mail News, I'm Terry Ashford here, giving you my comments. You never heard them from me because I didn't know all this stuff. As soon as I found it, I'm giving it to you. Dave Wilma's number 2 husband, aligned with Sammy Wilma's divorced first husband, because Wilma wasn't giving either one of those black nigger faggots the right to be the king, connected to the queen. When Wilma gave them the last will and testament, when they found out that Terry Dwayne Ashford would have been the next king, they hid from me that I was the prince of Wilma. But I felt it anyway. They were treating me like a prince, and I thought it was because I was a straight A student, smart all over the world. But they were treating me like I was a prince anyway. Everywhere. Everywhere. I didn't even know. And let me tell you who told me. The magazine, the Newton Science, Mr. Newton was the one that told me that Dave was supposed to take me from Mom, a high school student. He told me this. Mr. Newton, my science teacher, told me this when I had to take the makeup exam from being sent to Congress, when those lawmakers had made the decision to kill my mom. Back then, I had to take a test I missed the test while I was away, and I had to retake it, and that's what Mr. Newton told me in that little back room there next to the lab, that they're going to take you away from your mom and give you to your dad. And that was upon the return from Congress of the state of Mississippi. That's how I knew something. But as a child, I'm thinking, how on earth are they going to take a woman's son away from her? I forgot about it because I didn't think it was real. Same way I forgot when my brother Dale told me if I don't stop showing them up, he was going to make me sleep on their bridge. How in the hell are you going to do some shit like that? I was dumbfounded again. And then when Carolyn told me that she was going to kill Terrence and Jashonda, how in the hell are you, Carolyn, going to kill somebody? I was dumbfounded on that. And then something I don't think I've ever revealed before was when my sister Carolyn came to me and told me that she didn't think Mom was fit to live. Why in the hell did that even matter to you? You can't kill her. I thought. Next thing you know, Mom dead. Carolyn is whose name that Mom called before to tell me who was doing all of this. So did my cousins tell me, Carolyn. I'm Terry Ashford reporting for you here. That's why I killed this bitch. That's why I killed these hunky loving niggers that was in Wilma's house. That's why I killed them. That's why they should be gone. That's why they should be in a fucking jail cell forever. Because they were ignorant and trying to take a black woman's rights on the fact that they had intended to rob her. They were ignorant. They were evil. They were murderers. And the goddamn mayors of that fucking area ain't no better. Carl Greer was placed in that church with the last name Greer replacing Creed. G-R-E-E-D versus G-R-E-E-R. And that Reverend Greer set up in that church gave sermons posing as Sammy, Wilma's divorced husband, despite Wilma and Gene, my brother, told me that, and I looked back at his wife Evelyn, who was going every day to the facial surgery doctor to try to look like Wilma. Right fucking there in Wilma's church, they had a goddamn fat nigger looking just like Wilma's fat nigger husband that she divorced. As the pastor voted in by the crime scenes conspiracy of Jamila Hickenbottom. Carl Greer set up in that goddamn church was sending his wife to have plastic surgery to look like Wilma for some crime scene. And we have found that that crime scene was the international surveillance cameras that was hoping to get more clout if they had Wilma and Sammy, as proposed by Medina, leading that church. They had some motherfucker named Carl Greer who had nothing to do with Wilma, and they were fooling the goddamn world. It appeared to have been the Army military. Same ones walking around this motherfucker Washington D.C. right now, proposing to be doing some goddamn good. They stashed the Davises up around Wilma's church to pose as Wilma. They stashed Jamila around Wilma's church to have tried to work against Wilma. And Wilma last contacted Jamila because Jamila was the only one to have known what had happened to Wilma, and Wilma thought she can seek a woman's support, and Jamila helped them kill Wilma. But let me tell you what the real big old deal is. My little brother Carlos was supposed to swap over and trade everything Wilma was to goddamn Hickenbottoms through yet that name, Gary. Gary is the name of Whitney Houston's brother, the only darkest one there. Yeah, Gary. Gary is the name of, June's second son, rhyming with Terry. Yep, Gary. Gary also was the name that Miss Jamila gave her son, Gary, who my brother Carlos placed to stand on the other side of him opposite me as his best man. Carlos couldn't have just one best man. Carlos had Gary Hickenbottom as two best men for his wedding. Why we think that was now? Because Carlos, who I caught stealing the properties belonging inherited by Wilma through Medina from the properties, Carlos was working with the crime scenes that aided the clan, of David and Sammy to kill Wilma. And Carlos, by recollection of my friend Jennifer Newsom, was posing as me while I was in Atlanta, when I, Terry Dwayne Ashford, had no clue of how somebody could be doing something like that. Now I have found that is called staking and stalking. And Carlos was living and posing and using everything that I was to be him, living in a big house in Olive Branch, going to a church that Mom said was part of all the scams, called Brown Baptist Church. Sheila, Carlos' given mafia wife, was, guess what? Supposed to be the replication of Wilma as the homecoming queen at the school. Sheila Ashford was the homecoming queen that was supposed to represent Wilma over homecoming at the church. Guess what? Tanya. Do you know who Tanya is? Well, it's not Tanya handworker, FedEx employee there who I work with. Her name was Tanya. Tanya was a homecoming queen, mulatto, black and white female that I met at MCI when I was converted from a FedEx employee to MCI. And Tanya was a homecoming queen that was supposed to replicate Sheila, that was being handed to me from the mafia in their attempt to kill my mother, Wilma. Those are my comments. And now, they should have gone to an official to give them the right answer and the right information, because any thoughts that Wilma might have been using Dave. It was the white people that didn't like the fact that Wilma was smart enough to know she could divorce if she wanted to, that she could take care of her son the way that she wants to, that she can marry again and have more children if she wanted to as a woman. And Dave aligned with those white people to kill Wilma when Dave found out that he wasn't going to be the king either of marrying Wilma. And that's when all hell broke loose. They were supposed to hide all this stuff from me, and I found out in the end and killed all of them. And I planned to continue to feel non-regretful over that cold water Tate County court line judges. Whores, little whores, over a black woman's divorce. A black woman, you weren't supposed to get a divorce. You're supposed to do it in the fuck we say, just like those fucking honkies here, who I'm telling to fuck off. You can't make me do shit. You can't make me do a motherfucking thing in your matchmaking shithole. And by that same token, I'm not getting no relationship with no bitch of no fucking honky crime scenes of a fucking gang who thinks she have the right to talk back to me when I am a fucking male chauvinist pink gay guy. Bitch, who you talking to, pussy? I wouldn't have a pussy whore on America's soil to save my life. You want to call it pushing. I call it stupidity, because you would never, ever win over me. I'm Terry Ashford, reporting it for you. I do wanted to provide you with those comments there, because it would have been wrong for me to give comments on the Coco Gauff situation without commenting on what I have learned about my daddy. My daddy killing my mother when he got mad that my mother was making me the prince, the heir of the kingship, versus him, the goddamn king. One of the most emphatic moments right after Mom passed was like I said, the high fives. But I'm going to tell you what my daddy did. My daddy started to walk around wearing my mother's scarf that appeared to be a Jewish thing on his back. I'll tell you what else happened. Little Stalisha Bobo, that little black nigger granddaughter of Sammy, was wearing my mother's nightgowns and robes when I walked in, as sign that she was fucking Dave and that she was going to take Wilma's place. And now I need to send you to the book of Esther of the Bible, where Carolyn had planned to kill Wilma, swap Wilma for Sammy's grandson, the same way they were going to bypass Wilma in the inheritance, give it to Kat. And Stalisha Bobo, who I say killed my mother, is Kat's her granddaughter. When Modena got mad at Wilma for divorcing the nigger black ass Sammy, and that's when Shonda, my niece, had the baby she named Stalisha on the same day in which Kat died. For Street Now News, I'm Terry Ashford. Carolyn and all the siblings there should have gone to officials if they thought anything, so that the officials could have confirmed their illiteracy that now got them in their graves. I'm Terry Ashford. I'm reporting it for you. They should be dead. I hate that they didn't let me do something to kill them, more like bust their motherfucking head with some sledgehammers and shit. It's disgusting to wake up every morning knowing this, when no bitch in fucking America has given me the respect to tell me what actually has happened to all of the family members, and then they're gonna try to deny me funding and gonna make me work to make a living. Fuck no, you honky. You're gonna pay me for killing all these bitches of my family. You and this goddamn nigger and the whole goddamn nation. That's why I don't have a problem with doing it for free, because that's what I'm going to be doing it for. Because these honkies in America is going to pay me for killing my family, and that's going to be my living funds. Everything I goddamn do is going to be for perfection and legendary purposes. Got me, honky. That's exactly what Wilma had planned to do when the honkies told Carolyn to backstab her. Wilma's going to fight the fuck out of these honkies, tell them to fuck off, and she was going to save the entire Ashford family. But the backstabber, dumbass nigger, wanted a little money, wanted to backstab Wilma. She was the one who killed her goddamn self when she killed Wilma. Because Wilma was going to do the exact same thing I'm doing to these honky niggers right now. It's exactly what Wilma's going to do. Say, fuck off, bitch. Nobody told you to come and try to work no goddamn schemes on my family. That's what Wilma was going to do. Same thing Terry Ashford, Terry Dwayne Ashford, will do. Working schemes to steal money. Got caught when Wilma took your money and managed the project. Then you tried to kill her because you was on the losing end, stealing from the world. Terry Ashford, I'm reporting it for you and how it all happened. How we've learned it happened through the investigation of Street Now News, where Terry Dwayne Ashford is your CEO. Paparazzi on top of the game, watching every move this little honky and nigger made. I'm Terry Ashford reporting it for you. They should be gone. I don't regret one moment. I regret that I didn't get a chance to sledgehammer some goddamn niggers and honkies on America's soil. And let me tell you what I do know. Once you give me what I deserve, in terms of paying me for killing all these family members you done did, America, niggers, honkies, faggots, I might as well go live somewhere else in another country. Because I can't make it here with the thoughts of what this honky is, lying to the world and this nigger altogether. I personally don't feel like I can live here on America's soil. 4th Street Now News, I'm Terry Ashford reporting it for you. And here what comes next is the Howard University security officer, the team that has been summoned since we caught the police, MPD. The team has now elicited the black men on the Howard University team, security officer team, to follow Terry Dwayne Ashford and to bother him in trying to hide the evidence. We have this for you coming up next from the morning on Georgia Avenue, where we were processing this report where the MPD detective officers tried to hide from you where it wouldn't process. We came back at a later time, a different internet, and we processed it, and there came another one of your Howard University security officers who followed Terry Dwayne Ashford, trying to force him with the fish slit pussy dick whore. And Terry Dwayne Ashford has said, no, we don't have to deal with no nigger. And we don't deal with no nigger ways of fucking jujus, matchmaking people all over the world for killings and for crimes. I'm Terry Ashford reporting it for you. That's what you will see coming up next. This is the way it works. When they see that we see who did it, they drive up, come near us, and attempt to redirect the crimes. I'm Terry Dwayne Ashford. This is your crime scene right here. This is your mafia crime scene right here from international sources who was killing onto America's soil. The pattern is always a delivery, and the bag should be coming from TJ Maxx or Marshall's. Tag number here is an African tag number SUC SZU 1528. It's a criminal. If you see where I'm standing, the placeholders. He parked beside the two placeholders where I was standing right there, and he comes and parks here in a Centra. Yeah, Africa. Niggers, once again. I'm Terry Ashford reporting it for you. Early in the morning, he does a delivery and rushes to park beside me. The dark-skinned black man is the killer that shall not be allowed to let go of the killing and the spree that you see he's involved in right now. Let's all look at him and see how he's gonna look at us, seeing him. He's an African. The reason why we're being assertive here is because these are aggressive murderers. These are aggressive murderers of innocent people on America's soil. Aggressive black murderers with crime scenes. I'm Terry Ashford reporting it for you. Aggressive black murderers. Right there. That right there is why we're being aggressive on them. The fuck out of the way. Terry Ashford reporting it for you. You a dumb nigger.
To explain what he feels should have been done the same as he did as Coco, Gauff, and Anna Sabalenka, and in addition to that he expresses clearly that he goes against that and that the sisters and the family members should assault authorities.
Right now.
He also expresses facts of the law, the legal
Right
terms,
here.
and what
He's
Wilma
been
was supposed to have
following me
violated them.
In
The
that
real
truck,
crime here
right
is here
there,
that Wilma is a black American woman and was a
everywhere
black American woman and the
Terry
American
Dwayne
people in a
Ashford
mafia scheme had all together
We're
aimed to take
reporting it
Wilma
to you.
Ashford's properties and to make up a lie falsification that just
Now he goes back, vehicle number 10. It is that Howard University campus security that has